It's Marstingin here, bringing you a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so with this new LR Gohan, Goten and Trunks, there's obviously been a lot of talk about them and their team and how good their team is. But one thing that I wanted to look at, that is something that we have been talking about, is how well Gohan will do on a different kind of team, right? So we're running the future, the Blue Goku and Vegeta team. Obviously this guy, because of the Gotenks active skill that Goten and Trunks has and the way that the reversible exchange categories work, obviously this guy is actually on fusion and fused fighters. So he's on the leader skill for the new Blue Goku, and then of course Blue Goku's secondary part of his leader skill is Bond of Parent and Child, which we obviously know that these guys are on as well. So basically, it means Gohan, he only needs to have a Hybrid Saiyan or Bond of Parent and Child ally on the team, and then he gets all of his extra stats, which obviously we have a Bond of Parent and Child ally on the team. With both the leader Gokus, it's part of their leader skill. Obviously, they're on the category. We do also have like the AGL Gogeta from the 10th anniversary is on there as well. So he can actually get all of his buffs. Literally, the only thing that is affected is the reversible exchange and the active skill. Because we don't have 2 or more Hybrid Saiyan allies on the turn, we can't exchange from turn 3, we have to wait until turn 5. And that is the same as the active skill. But obviously, we don't want to reversible exchange into Goten and Trunks on this particular team setup, because obviously they get a bunch of stats for youth allies on the team and Hybrid Saiyan allies on the team, of which we have none. No other unit on the... Well, Gotenks is... I forget about Gotenks. Gotenks is actually both of those. But that means, yeah, if we exchange into the Goten and Trunks, we have one other youth and Hybrid Saiyan ally on the team. So the whole point of this is basically just to see how good Gohan can still be on a team as just the Gohan. We're obviously never going to exchange into the... Goten and Trunks part of the card, but he gets everything he needs from his passive, and funnily enough, he actually shares a lot of links with this Goku, so we'll go ahead and grab his orbs first. But you can see here we share Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle and Fierce Battle, and then of course we'll get Legendary Power as well once we picked up our orbs. We can get the rainbow, the orbs on this turn not the greatest though, as we cannot get the 18 key super and the 1 rainbow orb. It's a little bit unfortunate. Because, yeah, he's getting 7 extra key at the start of the turn. That's a bit of a shame, though. He's at what? He's got Prepared for Battle, which is another 2 key. Actually, yeah, why is he not getting... Oh, is it when attacking? Yeah, it is when attacking, isn't it? I'm stupid. I'm just not reading it right. I mentioned this in a previous video, the fact that you can get... yeah, it's when attacking. So... You'll get his 18 key super even if you only get 11 key. So, there you go. We're actually getting 17 key. So, of course, he will jump straight up to actually being at 24 key. I just completely forgot that that part was when attacking. So, there we go. So, he is going to get his stats. Now, this team doesn't have a lot of rainbow orb changes outside of, like, transforming the gods and stuff like that. So, we're probably not going to get the... passive part for Gohan where we get the 5 rainbow orbs or 12 in orbs until we get to use his active skill. But obviously on this team, like when you use his own team, a lot of the times you'll be tempted to use like the Goten and Trunks active skill because it permanently buffs the whole team. Whereas obviously on this setup, he's not getting any benefit whatsoever from the Goten and Trunks active skill outside of just him and I guess the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks getting that buff, whereas nobody else on the team gets it. Plus, really, on this team setup, like I say, without all the orb changes and things like that, this is going to be how we get the rainbow orbs or like the in orbs that we need in order for Gohan to actually properly, fully activate his passive. So, I'm using the STR Gogeta on here as well with his Super EZA. Obviously we're fighting extreme enemies, so he's got permanent guard. He gives that 40% attack support, so that can help out with the Gohan as well. I mean, the big thing with this Gohan is when you think about the Gohan part of the card compared to Goten and Trunks, is that the Goten and Trunks are obviously the big damage dealing side of the unit. But once we get the active skill and actually get the full passive active for this Gohan, he should still be pretty good. But the point, obviously, really here is just to kind of see, is he worth using on this team instead of somebody else, right? Obviously, we could put on either of the Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas, AGL or INT. We could put the physical LR Super Saiyan 4s, put one of them on, and then one of the other ones instead of STR Gogeta, so we actually have like a Super Saiyan 4 set up with some Saiyan Raw links and stuff like that. So the question is Gohan worth putting on this team when obviously we're only able to use half of the card in this by doing it this way, right? Not being able to use the Goten and Trunks. And of course, obviously, one thing that does make a big difference is that my Gohan is only 55%. He has level 10 links, but he is only 55%. I guess we probably want just the gods on rotation with the other Goku. But yeah, the other problem is, as we can see, we're like not getting really any rainbow orb changing here. In fact, the fact that Gohan actually doesn't create any rainbow orbs himself. And he really does need a rainbow orb to get like the full part of his passive active. So the fact that we actually can't get one here is actually quite bad, because the rainbow orb is what gives us an extra 200% defense, 38% damage reduction, an additional super, and a bunch of extra attack. That's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. He's still going to have he has like what, base damage? Actually, he has no damage reduction if you don't get the rainbow orb. So that's not ideal. We can get 12 keys, so he will at least get his 18 key super. But yeah, this is not ideal. Start of turn defense only 200k. Yeah, the key has been pretty awful here. Because yeah, that is a shame. Like obviously they share prepared for battle as one of the links he shares with this STR Goku. So it's not like he's getting no key from links, but yeah, that's definitely you're going to want rainbow orb changers around in order to make sure that this guy can actually properly get everything that he needs. Now obviously on the next turn we're going to be able to use Gohan's active, so then he is going to get the full buff from his passive. And I think we might be lucky enough here. I mean, to be fair, with the 18 key super that he's going to get here, we should just finish off Oceanus. But what is he actually going to do? We did 30 odd. Yeah, see, only 16 million without being able to get the rainbow orb. That is definitely not great. We still finish her off, obviously, but yeah, definitely Gohan. I think it's one of the first times I've really used Gohan and not been able to get a rainbow orb. So yeah, that is pretty crazy. Gotenks, this guy has a Ki Blast super attack, so I feel like I could probably just put Gotenks. Well, I mean, to be fair, could probably still just rely on Goku to dodge it, but I'll go ahead and do this. Because Gotenks literally can't take damage from this guy, so we might as well put him in slot 1 in terms of from a super. And then yeah, he's not going to take the damage from the normal here anyway. But yeah, if this guy super attacks Gotenks within the first few turns with all of the buffs still active, plus the Ki Blast 1 itself, Gotenks has like 99% damage reduction from Ki Blast super attacks. So obviously he takes double digit damage and then does the counter attack, or response attack. It's one of those things, it's not a counter, because he still eats the super and then he does like the retaliation attack. I do like the Shadow Dragon boss rush for testing out some teams. Like, it's got a bit of length to it, and like the final bosses do hit quite hard, so it's not like a super easy stage. The problem is Gohan is, as often happens in these situations, kind of gotten stuck in the, like, he's always on the off rotation. So unless Vegeta can actually get a couple of additionals here and finish off this guy so that we can go into a fresh phase, which I don't think he is going to here. Because obviously we want to use Gohan's active skill and get the permanent buff, but if we use the active skill, man, that's so annoying. If we use the active skill, it's just going to kill, and then we can't pick up the orbs. So that's actually really annoying. Yeah, I guess we really don't have much of a choice here then, but to just do this. And then this. But yeah, that's not really what you want. Gogeta giving everyone the extra key as well. Goku dodged? No? Damn. Take double-digit damage, though, so it doesn't really matter. But then, of course, he dodges the normal afterwards. But that's fine. Not dodging a super that does double-digit damage isn't the end of the world. But then, yeah, that puts us... We're still in that same situation now, where we're still kind of on this... the back foot here, where... we don't want to do too much damage on this turn, because... we want to be able to... or we just go all out and we want this guy to die. So I guess we could, actually, if we just go... let's do all the things. So we'll do Gotenks active skill. Then we'll do Goku active skill. So that buffs Goku. Do we need to... okay, I was going to say, do we need to transform the gods as well? No. So then, yeah, then we'll just do this. Grab these. And then that sets us up ready to go into the Ice Shenron fight. And we'll be able to use Gohan's active skill and actually get the orbs. So yeah, it's kind of tricky, I guess, to use him on this other team. Like, as I say, the big question isn't really just like, does he work on this kind of team build? Because he does. It's just a case of, like, is he a better option than some of the other options that we could have? And of course, Ice has rotation locking, which is really annoying. Are you serious? Bruh. I hate this guy. I hate rotation locking. Okay, so... I guess we still have the same 4 links active with you, which is good. Right, we don't want to use the active skill straight away because we want him to get the orbs. So fortunately, you just have to pick up the orbs for him to get the permanent buff from that point onwards. You don't have to actually, like, then attack. So we can go ahead and do this. Use the active skill, get the trio Kamehameha. Because, yeah, that is a really good point that I hadn't actually thought about until this video when that situation presented itself on the last turn. But if you do the active skill with Gohan, the trio Kamehameha, and it kills the enemy, then you don't get to pick up the orbs. So if you're in a situation where... well, great work, Goku. So if you're in a situation where you think that the... oh, wait, yeah, this guy disables dodge. I always forget about that. If you're in a situation where if you use the trio Kamehameha with Gohan, it'll kill the boss, then you need to not use it, basically, which is really annoying. Unless, of course, you've managed to get his buff before then already. Which, like I said, is a little bit easier on some of the other setups. On his own team setup, there's quite a few rainbow orb changes, so it's not as bad. But yeah, on this team, we definitely have struggled on... there was that one time where we literally just couldn't get them at all, which is not what we like to see. But yeah, Gohan, now that he has his full buff, and we got the rainbow orb, we have the allies, we have the 5 links active. Be interesting to see what he's hitting for here, because this will be essentially his maximum on this team without support. Really annoying that the rotation was locked as well, because I really wanted to use the AGL Gogeta active skill and like really boost Gohan as well, see how crazy we could get him to go. But yeah, see, 27 million, that's still really low in comparison to like his own team. His own team does have a lot of support as well, but it's definitely not bad, because you got to remember, again, minus 55%. And after he's got his attacks off here, he has 58% damage reduction. He has pretty high defense, and he gets 250% extra when he gets hit. So he is still very strong defensively, and his attack stats are still decent. As we said before, like the Goten and Trunks part of the card is the part of the card that's like the big damage dealer. So yeah, this is really awkward as well. Can't get any... there you go. I was going to say, can't get any same type orbs. We can get some. I'll keep the Gogeta on this rotation, although I say that. I have no choice because the gods are locked in slot 3 anyway. Actually, we might just die now. Whew. Wait, what? How? Oh. So we actually did just get really unlucky. Because this is the Goku that used his active skill. And I always forget, one of the effects of this Goku's active skill is that he can dodge against enemies that disable dodge. So he actually could have dodged that super attack, but instead he just didn't and took 500 odd K damage, which is wonderful. Okay, so... God, this is a terrible setup we've gotten ourselves into now. Maybe I should just put you for... I want to use Gogeta. Well, I don't think we're going to get a chance to use Gogeta with Gotenks anymore. So... now I feel like I have to do this. Do this. Because there is still one phase after this, right? So... we'll do that. We get 4 rainbows for you. Obviously we get the full heal as well, which is kind of the most important thing. And then grab some orbs for you. Now we should hopefully just one turn this guy now because of the Omega buffs. We've got Gotenks as well. Like, I said Omega buffs, the Gogeta active skill buff should be pretty good, but so Gogeta going to do some decent damage here. Obviously his active skill buff doesn't affect himself, so he still does relatively good damage. Mine has 1 dupe, so finally I got 1 extra copy with them coming back on these banners for the GDC, because I only had them at 55% from the anniversary. But yeah, Gogeta doing a pretty decent bit of damage, dodges the super that he would have just tanked. And then look at that, the friend Goku, 71 million for the Rainbow Friend. I can get our additional as well, 50.4. We're going to kill him here. Yeah, I was going to say, if Goku gets another additional, then maybe we will, but... yeah, see, Gotenks, even with the Gogeta buff, 42 million. I think my Gotenks is 2 dupes. It's not going to be enough. Honestly, this has been very... we've had very unfortunate luck in this run with, like, the fact that like, Gohan would have been on this turn if he hadn't been locked in slot 3 by Ice. So, like, we want to be able to see these guys actually doing their stuff, but we're just getting really unfortunate in our setups here. I also can't get the 18 key super for Goku unless I grab these, which I guess it doesn't matter. The INT orbs aren't super important for Gohan. Because he's starting off here now at 374k. That's with the permanent buff from having gotten this. So as long as we get 1 rainbow orb, we get another 200%. So if we get his orbs first, so if we do that, so his defense is 500k, which isn't really a crazy amount. And then when he gets hit, he gets 250% extra. So he gets, what, another million and a bit, I guess. So he goes from, let's just work it out here specifically. So it's 508,220 plus 250%. He does also have the 30% raise on his super, but goes up to 1.7, which isn't really that high. With the super attack effect as well, he'd be lucky to be getting to like 2 million. And then he has 58% damage reduction, which is not terrible, but like I say, it's not as good as maybe some of the other options that we could have on the team. Also, I have a horrible feeling that Goku is just going to kill Omega here, but I mean, at least we got to see the defense for Gohan here. Gogeta in slot 3, once you pick up the orbs of him and he's locked in slot 3, that's when he gives the support. So you can see the key go up, but he only gives attack support. So he doesn't make Gohan any better defensively, annoyingly. But it is what it is. That was lucky. Alright, so we get to see Gohan attack on this turn with support. He's going to have the full 24 key. Yeah, see, 36.3. I just feel like this unit, you can make him work on this team, but man, like, he just did, like, the unit is just nowhere near as impressive as when you use them on their own team. Like, because even with the Goten and Trunks, even if you use their active skill and then you want to switch back to Gohan, he then, of course, has that buff because he counts as a youth character because of the way the categories work, reversible exchange, everything, obviously. Like, then he's still really good. But yeah, this just feels very, very lackluster in comparison to what, you know, he looks like on a better setup. And that's, I guess it's because of the team around him, maybe. The buff from the Gotenks and the Goten and Trunks active skill, and the fact that you can have 2 of them active at the same time. I guess one of the reasons why Rose looks so good on the Super Boss's team, but still looks really good on Omega's team, that's the thing. Because, yeah, honestly, this guy feels a bit disappointing. Like, I know his own team is kind of what he's made for, and I think a lot of people are being too hard on that team. Like, with some of the good options that are on there. Oh, Goku didn't dodge. That's nice. I think he's probably just dead. I've managed to beat, like, all of the difficult stages, including Rose and Zamasu, with the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks team, with a bunch of, like, youth characters on it and stuff like that. So, all in all, I think we would say that Gohan, whilst he does, like, technically work on these other teams, because he really does just need this one ally on the team, and then he can still get all of his passive active, he just isn't as good of an option that you could run on that team instead. And then, yeah, on his own team with a bunch of the other supports, because they gave Youth a lot of support units, and that, of course, that all applies to the Gohan side of the card as well. So I think he just looks significantly better on his own team, unfortunately. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Have you tried him out on the other team build? What do you think? I think the Gohan part of the card, honestly, is, as we said, he's the more defensive side. He's the least impressive side. Like, the Goten and Trunks doing their insane active skills and usually dodging their insane attack stats and usually dodging everything is kind of like the highlight of the card. So just being able to just use the Gohan part on a different team is a bit disappointing, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Obviously still a very, very good unit, but yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.